Hello guys, my name is Quest and welcome back to the channel. Today we are doing something a little different since basically Thunder Junction is over with Commanders. We are going to talk about Monorail 3 Commanders, and I made a little tier list. Well, I'm going to make one during this video to go through each of the Commanders, see their power level. This is going to be like high casual, no CDH at all, but I definitely want to make this a fun video and talk about it. And also, if you disagree with any of my picks, definitely comment. I'd love to hear you guys' opinion about stuff here. But yeah, let's just get right into it. So let's talk about the big three. You know, we got Emrakul, we got Kozilek, and we got Ulamog. So let's talk about one by one because they're all going to be the same archetype Eldrazi's. Just the same stuff here. So let's talk about Emrakul. Emrakul, the world anew, 12 mana. Whenever you cast this spell, gain control of all creature target player controls, and adds flying, protection from spells, and from permanents that were cast this turn. And then when Emrakul anew leaves the battlefield, sacrifice all creatures you control that have mana, pay 6 waste. And you got Zolduc, Ugin's Labyrinth, and then Echo Eternity, which are one of the new cards, which I definitely do love. It's definitely really powerful ability, just that it's colorless, where you can't really abuse all those creatures. I mean, you have like Crouching Drawbridge, which gives them all haste, but like it's definitely an interesting one. It will definitely be popular. I do like the card, just very very dumb ability, and just like it's just a board wipe for you. When you gain control of all the creatures, and then you don't is it all creatures? Oh yeah, all creatures you control. Yep. So it does fire back on you if you do control creatures. You want to protect Emrakul at all cost with like Lightning Greaves or stuff like that. So definitely seems like a powerful ability. I think, in my opinion, here, I think Emrakul deserves a spot, probably an A tier, in my opinion, right? Just because of her ability, gain control of them, you board wipe, whatever. It is 12 mana, which is fine for waste. You're making double mana with some of the stuff with Eldrazi Monument, I believe, or Forsaken Monument. That's the right one. And it's just a dumb ability, dumb creature. Then if you somehow get in your hand and discard it, it will definitely be a 99 card for sure. Like 100%, definitely gonna be put in some like color decks. You could make waste. Like it's definitely a really good card. Definitely in like red or like just Itali definitely gonna play this card, gain control of all, and then you just get like extra combat, give all your creatures haste, start swinging everywhere. So I think it's an A tier commander right here, guys. And then let's talk about Kozilek, the Broken Reality. Whenever you cast a spell, up to 2 target player each manifests the top cards from their hand. For each card manifests this way, you draw a card. Otherwise, other colorless creatures you control get +3/+2, and it's 99. This is probably the weakest out of the 3 Eldrazi's here. This ability does not do well. Like, I feel like you want to do more things than just that in Eldrazi's. Like, it's definitely just a weak ability. I'm pretty sure people are going to agree this is probably the weakest here, so I'm gonna put this in F. It's just a not good commander. There's better. There's definitely a better, like just a better Eldrazi commander, like you played Zolduc or Emrakul or whatever. But yeah, let's move on to Ulamog, my boy. Whenever you cast a spell, target opponent exiles half of their library rounded up, and add wards, sacrifice 2 permanents, and Ulamog the Defiler enter the battlefield with a number, a +1 counted on it, equal to the greatest mana value among cards in exile. And then Ulamog has Annihilator X, where X is a number, a +1/+1 counted on it. So that is a dumb ability for Ulamog. Definitely not as powerful as Ulamog the Ceaseless Hunger, but the Annihilator is really good. When you cast this guy out, target someone with that has big stuff, and it gets 8 counted on it and Annihilator 8, someone's dying that turn. So I think that this guy's pretty cool. You're just ramping, cast him, hopefully it resolves. You have like Cavern Souls or whatever. He could definitely be 99 as well. I think just big stuff, primal surge decks, or just cheat out big creatures. I think this will do really good. And then good as Eldrazi commander as well. You're just ramping towards him, and then you got some Eldrazi help as well. I think this is a dumb ability too, just having this out and on the cast of that too. So I think Ulamog, it's not a powerful Emrakul, but I think Ulamog could be in B tier. It's really good, but not as good as Emrakul good, you know. But yeah, let's move on to the double-sided Planeswalker. Oh, one more, never mind. Heragast, Erupting Nullkite. So this guy, I think he's really good. Just because of the emerge ability, when you cast a spell, you may exile your hand. If you do, draw 3 cards, and have flying them. Each creature you control, you cast has a merge. The merge cost equal to its converted mana cost, which is really dumb. I put some cards in here, just sampling him out. You got like sneak attack. You could do like red creatures. You got Emrakul. You got Ilhard, the raised boar. Just doing some red things, and I really do like it. Will will it be a combo deck? Is the real question. You know, like just making copies of stuff. Like you could definitely do some dumb stuff here. The fact that you can merge like what's like a good merger target I'm trying to think of for like 3 mana, like for like absurd mana, like definitely the Eldrazi you can merge out, but like something dumb. Can't really think of anything in red that could like you could cheat out, but his ability alone is pretty good. I like it, and you could get him out for 8 mana or even less than that, which is really nice. You get something dumb out that's big conversion cost when you cast it on like turn 3, turn 4. And then just that, is it? Oh, it's not even this turn. It's whenever. So each creature spell you cast has a merge. The cost is equal to the number or to the mana cost. Jeez, I can't speak English today. But I really like the ability. I'm gonna put this probably in B. It seems good. B tier. I really like it. I like this guy. I want to see decks around him. I might build a deck list around him. But yeah, let's move on to the double-sided Planeswalker. So we've got a Johnny Nikado Pariah. So when a Johnny entered the battlefield, create a 2/1 white cat warrior creature token. And then whenever one or more other cats you control died, you may exile Johnny and return to the battlefield transformed. And then the flip side, the opponent will counter on each cat you control. Create a 2/1 cat warrior creature token, and then when you do, if you control a red permanent other than a Johnny vendor, he deals damage to the number of creatures you control to any number of targets, and then each opponent chooses an artifact, a creature, an enchantment, and a planeswalker from among the non-land permanents they control, and then sacrifice the rest. So it is a really nice control planeswalker, like aggro. And then like, all right, the board's too gunk up. I got a minus. I'll keep this. And so at 3 loyalty, you plus it up. You could already do it next turn, which I do really love. And it's a 1/2. And then we got Occult Pride, which is one of the new cards, which I do love a lot. So have first strike, lifelink, ascend, and then at the beginning of your end step, if you gain life this turn, create a 1/1 white cat creature token. Then if you have the city's blessing, for each token you control that enter the battlefield, create a token that's a copy of it, which is really disgusting. Just token manipulation, and it's a mythic, 1 mana mythic. That's a really good mythic right there. And then we got War Leader's Call, just borrows things. And then we got Regal Cat thing, you know, from Amonkhet. Other cats you control get +1/+1 lifelink. And then when at the battlefield, create 2 1/1 cats, creature token with lifelink. Just nice lords. There's definitely a lot of lords for white cats. And yeah, I think Johnny's going to be really sweet as a commander. Don't know about high casual. I could definitely see high casual just like pumping out a bunch of cats, start swinging. I'm trying to think if there's like any type of like high casual cats in white and red, which is the question. I don't think there is, but I think he's pretty good as a commander. But cats are not really like supported in red white. That's the only issue I have. Like if it would Naya, I'll be down. It could be in C, in my opinion. I feel like a Johnny C, maybe B. It's somewhere in between, you know. That's my stance on it. It's somewhere in between, guys. I'm not hating on card just because cats. It just does. It seems powerful, but on paper it doesn't seem that powerful because cats. But yeah, let's move on to the next part here, which is Tameo Inquisitive Student. So flying, and then when Tameo Inquisitive Student attacks, escape, and then when you draw your third card in a turn, exile Tameo, then return her to the battlefield, which is super easy in EDH. And then Tameo Seasoned Scholar. Until the end of your next turn, whenever a creature attacks you or a planeswalker you control, it gets -1, -0 until the end turn. And then -3, it return target instant sorcery card from your graveyard to your hand. If it's green, add 1 mana any color. And then its ult ability at -7, draw a card equal to half of the number of cards in your library, rounded up. You get an emblem with you. You have no maximum hand size. Pretty reasonable card for 1 mana. Pretty good. So for this archetype, I did like draw or big stuff. With Jorel, Coma, and Laboratory Maniac, you could do like the draw route where you just draw yourself out and then play Laboratory Maniac or Thoughts of Oracle. And then you got Coma with the big Simic stuff. You do Simic things. But I do really like her. I think she's really cool. You get to draw a lot of cards. You can even keep her unflip and just make a bunch of clues with kind of malfunction if you want to go down that route. Or just dumb stuff, you know. You could do like KCI combo if you really build this really janky, you know. Which I do love jank. Like you have Tameo Journal, like you just make clues every turn with kind of malfunction out, and then you have KCI, sack all your things, and then just have like a loop somehow. But I'm talking ahead, but I think not too far fetched. I think she's gonna be in the same area. I think, not as good at B, but definitely a C commander. Definitely a C. Definitely a good one. I feel like these are 6s. These are like 7s. These are 8s, and these are 9, 10s. And then this is just sad. All right, let's move on. We got Sorin. Sorin, I'm really excited about. Sorin, House of Markov, Human Noble, Lifelink, and then Exhort. And then at the beginning of your post-combat main phase, if you gain 3 more life this turn, exile Sorin and then flip it to its Planeswalker type. So Sorin, Navris, Neonate, Exhort. It keeps Exhort, which is pretty nice at the static ability. And then create a food token, plus you're pretty good there. Sorin, Ravenous, Neonate, deal damage equal to the amount of life you gain this turn to any target for -1, which is really nice. And then get control of the target creature. It becomes a vampire in addition to other types. Put a lifelink counter on it if you control a white permanent other than that creature or Sorin. Okay, nice. Okay. So that is pretty cool. I do love the ability. So you're gaining life, you're flipping it, and you're just gaining control of creatures, or you're just life gain deck at the end of the day. You have Cabal, you have Guide of the Soldier, which is one new card, which I do really love, which is whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, you gain 1 life and you get an energy. And then whenever you attack, you may pay 3 energy. When you do, put 2 1/1 counters and a flying counter on target attacking creature. It becomes an angel in addition to other types, and an Acquitted Blood as well. So just a life gain deck, and I do love him. What he does, it's just insane. He definitely going to be put into 99 for my foods deck. Going to try him out. Going to see how he does. Just because, like, yeah, I can flip him easily. And making food, extra food each turn, which is really good for that deck. Just to keep up with my tokens and stuff like that. So we'll build around him. Lifelink, life gain. Definitely going to be like a 6 or a 7 for me. So, sorry, my boy. You're with the gang. I went through all the spoilers already. There's a couple that are like really good. And then they're good. They're not too many bad ones. All of them are like really sweet and fun, which I'm excited to make decks for the channel. So let's move on to Ral Monsoon Mage. So instant sorcery spells you cost 1 less to cast, and then whenever you cast an instant sorcery spell during your turn, flip a coin. If you lose the flip, Ral Moonsage deal 1 damage to you. If you win the flip, you may exile Ral. If you do, return it, and it turns into Ral, my boy. Ral, Leyline Prodigy. Enter the battlefield with a additional loyalty counter on it for each instant sorcery spell you cast this turn. Till the end of turn, instant sorcery spells cost 1 less. Ral deal 2 damage divided among one or two targets. Draw a card if you control a blue permanent other than Ral. And then exile the top 8 cards of your library. You may cast an instant sorcery from among them this turn without paying convert mana cost. So I really like Ral. He's a cost reduction for Storm decks. As you can see on the side, you got Urbrask, Archmage, and then Flare of Duplication, which is one new card. You may sacrifice a non-token red creature rather than pay the cost of this spell, mana cost, and then copy target instant sorcery. You may choose a new target for the copy, which I really do love. I mean, Storm decks are just really disgusting. Yeah, this is just a Storm Commander all the way. Just because like you're still getting that reduction if you do flip it, and it's gonna get that much loyalty where you could immediately ult it and look at top 8, grab something from there, or you could just plus and just keep the reduction costs and just keep going on your Storm counter. I really do like him. Just 2 mana, cheap interaction. Just yeah, I think he is worthy of a B tier, to be honest, in my opinion, because Storm decks are really disgusting. They could be B or higher, or even C or higher, but I think Storm decks belong into B tier or higher. So yeah, he's a really dumb commander, and I really like it. And we got Grist, Voracious Larva. So Death Touch, whenever Grist or another creature in the battlefield under your control, if it enters from your graveyard or you cast it from your graveyard, you may pay a green. If you do, exile Grist, and then it flips into Grips the Plague Swarm. Create a 1/1 black-green insect creature token, then mill 2 cards. Put a Death Touch counter on the token if a black card was milled this way. Destroy target artifact or enchantment, which is a -2, which is really good for 1 mana. And then you got for each creature card in your graveyard, create a token that's a copy of it, except it's a 1/1 green insect token. So graveyard decks, you're gonna love this card. I love it already. You got Gagar Grave Troll for like Dredge, White of the Reliquary, and then Grist the Huntertide, which is really good for this deck. And I'm trying to think like what type of power level is this? Like you're doing graveyard things in green black. It's super easy. You got Dredge, you got multiple combos in there. I think this is B tier. Like just the stuff that you're doing. It's not even like it's 1 mana, which is dumb. Like you can immediately like get like a Gravecrawler, Stitcher Supplier, and stuff like that. Immediately flip it and start just getting value off that +1, so you get to that +6 and just mill your whole deck and just disgusting until like someone plays like Rest in Peace or whatever. But you're green, so you're not really worried about that. So yeah, Grist, my boy, you're in B. All right, let's move on to Ashling the Flame Dancer. So Elemental Shaman, you don't lose unspent red mana as steps and phase ends, so that's really neat. Magecraft, so whenever you cast a copy or instant or a sorcery spell, discard a card, then draw a card. If this is the second time that this ability has resolved this turn, Ashling Flame deals 2 damage to each opponent and each creature they control. If the third time, add 4 mana. Whew. That is a very combo heavy card, I feel like. I don't know, maybe because it stops at 3, but you don't lose red mana, which is really disgusting. Because you got multi duplication, got power balance, which is another one of the new cards. Whenever an opponent casts a spell, you may reveal the top card of your library. If you do, you may cast that card without paying for mana cost. If the 2 spells have the same mana value, and they got Stormkill and Artisan to make more mana as well. Red Storm decks are looking for no restrictions, and this kind of had a restriction. It's like Almanath, you can't really play any more land. But with this, it does seem really good, right? Like it's a small sweeper board wipe. It draws you a card, and it makes you mana once you cast that 4th spell. I think she's really good. She's not that crazy powerful in that scale, just because of that limitation, just holding it down. If it's just said, like, yeah, just add 4 mana, immediately S tier. I'm sorry. Just making, like, 4 mana, like, whenever, but I think she belongs probably in C, just because of that limitation, just because you only have, like, 3, you cast 3 spells, her thing is over. There's just no coming back, but It's definitely C. I think that's seen fine. There's an argument where it's C to B, but I think C's fine there. All right, next part is Adalmery. Adalmery. So, Elf Warrior, you may look at the top card of your library anytime, and then you may cast creature spells from the top of your library, and then tap a green, tap 2 untap creature you control, reveal a card from your hand or the top card of your library. If you reveal a creature card this way, put it on battlefield, activate only during your turn. Answer 3/3. This ability pretty powerful for elves, since it is an elf. You got some cards here like Curt Hoof. You reveal that, you win the game. Priest Titania, which is another sweet reprint for Modern Horizons, much needed. And then Flare Cultivation, which is one of the new cards here. You may cast you may sacrifice a non-token creature or green creature rather than pay this spell's mana cost, and then search your library for up to 2 basic land cards, reveal those cards, and put them on battlefield tapped, and the other into your hand, then shuffle. So this is a cultivate for free when you have a green creature on the battlefield, and it is pretty easy for elves to do that, which I really do love. Sadly, it is sorcery. I wish it was instant, but yeah, I think this is definitely just a pretty nice commander. Not too powerful, not like trying to think of it, not trash. Commander, definitely just a really good utility commander. Definitely gonna be a 99 as well. Trying to think here. Where should you go? And my question on this list, I feel like it could be in C. Definitely a C for me. In my opinion, definitely seems good. Not too powerful. Not too powerful at all. Definitely not. Or maybe I should like move Emrakul up. I don't know. There hasn't been any commander that scream out that blah, I'm here. But yeah, let's move on to Pearl Ear Imperial Advisor. So enchantment spells you cast have affinity for auras. Discussing. Whenever you cast an aura spell that targets a modified permanent you control, draw a card. Discussing. All that glitters, Core, Spirit Dancer, and Light Paws, Emperor's Voice, all disgusting in this list. I think that this is going to just be disgusting. This is definitely going to be A, just because all the enchantments you have in white that you could abuse, and you just like go to town with this. Like, it just a reduction cost really sells it to me, and it has lifelink too. And I just have no word for this card. This card's absolutely gross. I'm going to put it in A tier. I'm an A tier type of guy for this. A tier. Very powerful, but not S tier powerful. Where it could be stopped. Alright, so we got Sildinjar, Sire of Famine. So flying and then sacrifice another creature. Create a blood token. If you sacrifice an angel this way, create a number of blood tokens equal to his toughness instead, and then sacrifice 6 blood tokens. Return each creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield with a finality counter on it. Those creatures are vampires in addition to the other types. Wow. So you can do angel builds with this, and I love doing angel builds. The fact that like you don't even need mana to activate the ability. You could activate it whenever you want. So if what happens, you sack all your angels, your commander died, you recast them, and then you paid the 3 mana, either black or white or a mixture, and you get all those angels back with a finality counter on them, and you get all those abilities triggers, and I just love that. I just love that for this card. Just a demon controlling all the angels. Like you have Gadiel, Lyra, and Angel of Suffering, which I do love, which helps you mill, get more angels out, sack 6 blood tokens, and the fact that you create 6 blood blood tokens for this deck helps you recur in black white. Since black white has some trouble drawing cards, this actually helps you loot away some of the angels you don't need and then bring them back later, which I do love. So I think this guy, wrong one. There we go. I think this guy is definitely going to be a B for me. Just in my opinion, just his ability. I think it's going to be a really fun build. Definitely going to build that guy. Definitely going to build him. But yeah, you guys rating it. It is 6. So 6 reach. Whenever 6 attacks, mill 3 cards. You may put a land among them into your hand. And then as long as your turn, non-land permanent cards in your graveyard have retraced. So we got Skewed Swarm, you're doing a little landfall here and there, and then Life of the Loam, return those lands, and then Shifting Woodland. This card is absolutely busted. Let me tell you why. Enter battlefield unless you control forest. Enter battlefield tap unless you control forest, and then adds a green, and then Delirium. Shifting Woodland becomes a copy of target permanent card in your graveyard till the end of turn. Activate this only if you only have 4 or more card types among cards in your graveyard. Like, this card can copy Omniscience in your graveyard, which is absurd for 4 mana. Or 4 mana. Like, this card is absolutely dumb. And I am here for it. I'm here for the dumb. And you could tap it to itself. You don't even need to tap the Delirium ability for that. All you need is that and 3 other land, what I just noticed. That's dumb. This card's absolutely absurd. But 6 is definitely just a landfall commander. Just 3/3/2/4. Seemed alright, in my opinion. So I think 6 is a D. Like, it's definitely okay. It's not the craziest commander I've seen, but it's definitely okay. Alright, we got Velia, Experiment Shepherd. So I have Flash, and then whenever Velia attacks, exile up to 1 other target non-land permanent. At the beginning of your next end step, return that card to the battlefield under its owner's control. If it entered under your control, put a 1/1 counter on Velia. And it's 2/2, so flicker deck. Just a weenie flicker deck for sure. I don't know how I feel about this guy. It just doesn't seem that powerful because it only triggers on the attack. Right? Yeah, attacks up to, just the attack, which isn't something you want to do in a flicker deck. You want to do something whenever another non-token creature on the battlefield. Oh yeah, that's if it was a cast. Like Teleportation Circle, like that doesn't require it to attack. Ellis Norin just there to double it. Definitely have like more options in a Flicker Commander deck, for sure. And there's another one in here as well that I really do like, but I don't think he's that good in my opinion. So I think he is a D tier commander. Unfortunately, sorry boy, you're still a good boy in my heart. All right, next one is Arna Kenrud, Sky Captain. So Esper, really nice colors. Flying lifelink and have war discard a card. And then whenever a modified creature you control attacks, double the number of each counter on it. And then for each non-token permanent attached to it, create a token that's a copy of that permanent attached to that creature. Alright, that is a pretty dumb ability for a Voltron deck, I'm not gonna lie. Because you have Rafine, Pearl Ear, and also already the Charm Apple to literally drain your opponent to death when you make copies of those tokens. And I think I am on board for this. And not as powerful as Pearl Ear, but it is really powerful. And I think this is going to be a B tier commander. It has flying and lifelink, and it has protection on itself too, but not that great. But like you're definitely going to equip like one of the Esper enchantments onto it too. So yeah, you just have a lot of tools in Esper for Voltron. But yeah, this guy goes here. All right, we got Plague or Flag, and 1/2 Titan of Fire Fury. So it's Elder Giant, and then when Flag enter the battlefield, sacrifice it unless it's escape, and then whenever Flag enters the battlefield or attacks, deal 3 damage to any target, and you gain 3 life, and an escape is red, white, exile 5 of the cards, like Oro, the Forsaken one, and it's a 6/6. And what I wanted to do is make a burn list off of this guy. This guy seems sweet. Having the Mayhem Dominus and then Calamity Bearer, since it is a giant as well, it deals double damage for 4 mana. Like, you definitely want, like, 4 mana to double damage, triple damage, or something like that. Then you got Grafter. Grafter is really cool just because you're drawing a card each time that you gain 3 life with this guy. Just that the issue is you need him on the battlefield, which is fine. I don't think exiling 5 other cards is going to be that hard for Boros. You're definitely just casting. You're controlling the board And then mid game, you cast him out. Hopefully, you equip lightning greaves to him, and then you start playing all this other stuff and start just murdering everything, which I do love. Yeah, I think he's pretty reasonable, honestly. He's a reasonable commander, reasonable Boros commander, and I do love that. And he belonged in C tier. Alright, we got Necro Bloom. This card really sparked my eye just because this ability right here. Whenever land enters battlefield you control, create a 0/1 green plant creature token. If you control 7 or more lands with different names, create a 2/2 black zombie creature token instead. Disgusting. That had landfall. Disgusting. Just like Field of the Dead. And then land cards in your graveyard had dredge 2. Wow. This card is really dumb. And you're playing Azusa, Lost but Seeking, since it is a landfall deck, and you're playing 6, and Field of the Dead, so you create doubles of Field of the Dead, and you could make copies. You could almost play a playset theoretically if you have just copying Field of the Dead or Necrobloom. But yeah, this guy's really good. For 4 mana, you're probably at like close to 7. You're going to be at 7 next turn. You're casting this guy when you have 6 mana on like turn 4 or something like that, which is really good for you. And it is Abadan, and I really do like that. You can return all your land, you can return creatures and stuff. You're basically just doing zombie stuff though, so I really like this. I think this is a B tier commander just because of that ability. And just because the dredge is really important there too, and you could do a lot of combos with lands deck, so B tier. Alright, let's move on to Nadu, Winged of Wisdom. So it has flying creatures you control have, whenever the creature becomes a target of a spell or ability, reveal the top card of your library. If it's a land, put it onto the battlefield. Otherwise, it doesn't say tapped. Okay. Otherwise, put it into your hand. This ability only triggers twice each turn. So I really do like the limitation on this. It would have been really busted if it didn't have that, but here we are. So I put in Displaced Kitten just because you're targeting your creatures sometimes. And then Bristly Bill. Oh wait, did that card target creatures? Oh yeah, it does. We're good. I forgot that to activate that you got to cast a non-creature spell. I was like, wait, does it? And then you got Bill, my favorite boy, because whenever laying on a battlefield, you put him on one counter on target creature, so that definitely triggers it. And then you got Tantiova to draw your card whenever those land enter a battlefield. And I really do like this guy. It's a 3/4, 3 mana, flying. It's a really good blocker and has sweet ability. Yeah, he just seems really sweet to build. I don't know where he gets placed. If he didn't have the triggered only twice each turn, he would be higher. But here we are. I think I put him in just C. I think he just puts in C. I think, yeah, definitely C. All right, M score, Iron Eater. So this guy I read, I was like, wow, this guy's pretty sweet. So he's Rakdos 6 colorless, then affinity for artifacts, so he could be just 2 mana upright. So when you enter a battlefield, you draw X and you lose X, where X is half of the number of artifacts you control rounded down. And then for a red and 3 colorless, sacrifice an artifact. Imsker deals damage equal to the sacrifice artifact mana value to any target, and it is a 5/5. So I really do like this. You could do like an artifact reanimator package with scrap mastery. You could just return Goblin Welder, which is really sweet, just to get like a big fat artifact out, sacrifice it to Imsker ability, and just go crazy. And then you play like KCI and stuff like that, and continue that cycle. And then you got Biotransference, which turned all your creature into artifacts, and then it makes artifact creature itself, so you could sacrifice those if you want. And it does help with affinity as well, which is very important for the deck, just to pay for just a 2 mana and just go crazy. But yeah, let's add him to. I feel like he could be really sweet, like a really busted commander. All right, let's put him in B. Like, I think he could be really disgusting. All right, we got Roshan, Roaring Prophet. So when Roshan, Roaring Prophet enter battlefield, mill 6 cards. You may put a card from. I thought it was all cards. So you may put a card with X in its mana value among them into your hand, and then reveal any number of cards with X in their mana cost in your hand, and add 2 waste. For each card revealed this way, spend this mana only to cast spells that contain X. So you have Unbound Flourishing, which is a really sweet card for the X deck. Skullbane Hydra, which is one new card from Thunder Junction, and then Fanatic of Ronos, which is one new card, but I'm excited to add to Hydras. So it's add 1 green, and then add 4 green, activates the ability only if you control a creature with power 4 or greater, and Eternal Light as well, and it's a 1/4. So I really do like this card. 2 mana, make 4 mana if you control creature with 4 or greater, which is easy for Hydras, and I like it a lot. So, but it could have been better. I don't know. I feel sad for this card. I really do. I'm very sad that it goes down there, but it does. Alright, Genku, the Future Shaper. So, whenever another non-token creature you control leaves the battlefield, choose one that has been chosen this turn, create a creature token with those characteristics. You could create a 2/2 Fox with Vigilance, a 1/2 Blue Moonfolk with Flying, and then a 1/1 Black Rat with Lifelink. And then put a 1/1 counter on each creature you control, which is pretty reasonable. But I really do like this ability. Since it only triggers leave the battlefield to choose out of a chosen this turn. So it could be any turn that you could do this. Which I had a Soul Hoarder, Philia, and then Yorian. Just basic flicker creatures. This guy's pretty cool. You create tokens off of it, and you can put like a Annoying Possession in there. Divine. What's the 5-mana card? I can't think of it. Where you create like 4/4 angels to replace the tokens. But I really do like this. You create 3 tokens every turn, possibly, and you could buff your whole team, which is really nice. I think this is a C maybe. Like you could build this guy pretty marly good. All right, folks, y'all already know what's about to come. Oh no, it's all pixelated. That's fine. I could still read it. So Kudo, King Among Bears. So other creatures have base power and toughness 2/2s and are bears in this 2 other types, and it's the 2/2 himself. So that is insanely good. Just nullifies any big creature your opponent has, and then the theme of this deck, you want to do like bears with Allura, Queen Among Bears, Beastmaster Session, just to pump your own creatures without pumping your opponent creatures, and then Alistair, same thing, and possibly kill all your opponent's creatures on sight when you play Elisnoran, since you are playing light. I really do like this guy. I feel like he's gonna be really sweet. He's definitely gonna be a B tier, not a ARS, but like he's really sweet for sure, and I really do like him. So let's put him in B tier, folks. He's a big bear. All right, moving on to the Commanders. Sadio? Oh my god, I cannot speak today, guys. Aetherflux Genius, Menace and Haste, and then whenever Satya, Aetherflux Genius attacks, create a tapped and attacking token that's a copy of up to 1 other target non-token creature you control, and you get 2 energy at the beginning of your next end step. Sacrifice it unless you pay the chimera cost equal to the energy, which is really dumb, right? You got Dockside Sorceress, which is dumb. You got Volatile Storm Drake and Lightning Runner, which is all combo pieces. Energy is finally getting that support that it needed. Not the Fallout set where that was like, eh. This is the energy right here. This is the energy that I'm talking about, folks. I don't know where to put this guy at, because you could like definitely just win on the spot with Dockside Distortion if you had enough, and then you play like Aggravated Assault or something like that. You know, like you get them out so quick, and then your opponents are just punished if you could create like infinite combats with these guys. Because I'm pretty sure they gain haste too, right? Oh no, they're just attacking, but eventually you kill all your opponents that way. Like you definitely do some dumb stuff with it too. Like you have Lightning Runner where like if you create multiple Lightning Runners, they're just dead. Like it's really dumb that you could create like each energy. You attack, you go to extra combat attack, extra combat attack, extra combat attack. And then you have this guy, which you could steal anything. You could just make copies of this guy, which I do think he is really good. I think he's A tier, in my opinion, guys. Let's move him to A tier. I'm gonna have some have some discussion in the comment section about that guy, but I feel like he's A tier. I might be on like a pipe dream or something, but I feel like he's just really good. All right, so we got Kayeth, famed mechanist. I don't know why it's all fuzzy for some of the commanders in here, but it is what it is. So I have Fabricate 1, which is when this creature in the battlefield, you may put a 1/1 counter on it, or you create a 1/1 colorless servo creature token onto the battlefield. And then other non-token creatures you control have Fabricate 1. And then pay 2, choose 1, populate or proliferate. Interesting combo there. But I focus on the token aspect here. So we have Saheeli, the Sun's Brilliance. We got Altec, Matter Weaver, which is whenever you cast a creature spell, choose 1, create a 1/1 gnome artifact creature token, or create a token that's a copy of target artifact token you control. And then Simulacrum. Gee, I cannot speak today. Synthesizer. When Synthesizer enters the battlefield, scribe 1, and then whenever another artifact you control with mana value 3 or greater enter battlefield under your control, create a 0/0 colorless construct creature token. With this creature get +1/+1 for each artifact you control, which is really dumb. But yeah, you just do artifact stuff, or you could do the unhinged route and do infect. Yeah, do infect. No, I'm joking. Yeah, I think I'm gonna put him probably. I don't know. I feel like the build is sweet and all. I'm gonna put in C. All right, let's move on to the Eldrazi. We got Ulalek, Fuse Atrocity. So this guy is, whenever you cast a Eldrazi spell, you may pay 2 colorless. If you do, copy all spells you control, then copy all other activated and trigger abilities you control. You may choose new targets for the copies. Seemed pretty good with Echo's Eternity. You just get double copies, 2/5 Roaming Throne, and then you got Forsaken Monument to cast all your Eldrazi's. Seems pretty busted in my opinion. Like casting like Ulamog Ceaseless Hunger and then copying that, you get to exile like 4 different things. Really disgusting. I don't know if that stacks at all. Oh no, it doesn't. I think we're okay. I think I only triggered once, if I'm thinking it right. But I think he's really disgusting. Just a very disgusting commander. I think the Eldrazi ones are like the most powerful ones, but like really gross. But I think this guy goes somewhere between. I think I'm leaning toward A. Yeah, I'm leaning toward A. I think he's like that good. All right, let's move on to Azlask, the Swelling Scourge. So when Azlask, the Swelling Scourge, or another colorless creature you control dies, you get an experience counter. And then creature you control, or if you pay 5 of 1 of each color, creature you control get +X/+X, where X is the number of experience counters you have. Scions and spawns you control gain Indestructible Annihilator 1 until the end of turn. Immediately disgusting, because you could do a lot of things with the Scions. Like, you could create a lot, and then you activate that ability, and you go to town. Like with Echo's Eternity, Path Annihilation, and then also you also have Awakening Zone and the other one from Battle for Zendikar. You got like a lot of creatures that produce Scions, and it's just, you know. But yeah, this guy's absolutely busted for 3 mana. I'm surprised not a Scion himself. That would have been really cool if he was. But yeah, just some of these cards are just absolutely dumb. I don't think he's as powerful, this guy, just because like Scions are not really that powerful. I think he's a B tier commander for sure. So let's go there. All right, we got Umo, Queen of Vesuva. Hey, so it's a 6/6 for noble. Whenever Uma, Queen of Vesuva, enter the battlefield or attacks, put an everything counter on each up to 1 target land and up to 1 target creature. Each land with an everything counter on it. Like every land types and just do other types, and each non-land creature with everything counter on it is every creature type. So what I did is the Lord of Lords deck, which is Timber Protector, which is other Tree Folk, which means all your creatures are just going to get that ability. Hawkball, you can explore because they're all merfolks, and Zombie, you get to tap all your wizards because they get to be wizards because they everything counter on them, which I really do love that they're finally giving us this commander. I've been waiting for something like this. I did have a deck list with one of the Brothers War commanders. But it didn't seem like that great. But this list looks great. I just can't wait for this to come out to make a list for it. The Lord of Lords. But on a power scaling for 3 mana, it doesn't seem that crazy. I'm gonna put it in C tier just because it's not that crazy. But I am definitely stoked to build it. All right, we got Joyety, I think. Joyety, yeah. Moag Ancient. So whenever Moag Ancient entered the battlefield, create a 1/1 green forest dryad land creature token for each time you cast your commander from the command zone this game. 4 mana. That seems like a weird ability. And then at the beginning of each combat land you control, get +X equal to Joyet's power, and it's a 2/4. Very interesting ability. I mean, you could do some stuff, right? You got Wake in the Woods, you got Asaya, Soul of the Wilds, and then you got Nissa, who takes the world to make more mana. He doesn't seem that powerful. He just seems like a boring Stomach commander. I think this guy goes to D. I don't know. He doesn't seem that powerful to me. Alright. Let's move on to the last bit. So we got Disa, the Restless, which is a human scout. Whenever a Legoith permanent card is put in your graveyard from anywhere other than the battlefield, put it on the battlefield. Gross. And then whenever one or more creatures you control deal combat damage to a player, create a Tarmogoyf creature token. Gross. Really gross. Yeah, you're just playing Tarmogoyfs. You're just playing Tarmogoyf deck here. I really do like it. Definitely seems weird. But you got another Goyf, which is one new card, basically just Tarmogoyf, but you get to escape with it. But it's only your graveyard, so it's not as good as Tarmogoyf, but it is 1 mana. They got Magic Nexus, which turns all your creatures into Tarmogoyfs. There's some janky stuff you could definitely do with this deck. Like, you could just, like, create, like, a janky Reanimator list, like, just mill till you hit Goyfs, play them, and just start swinging out. I don't think there really is a combo for Tarmogoyfs specifically, but here we are. But yeah, I don't think he's that great. But the other guy, let me tell you, I'm gonna put this in D just because Goyfs, they get big. I don't know. I might be a hater for Goyfs from all the years. But yeah, let's move on to the last bit here. So we got Koram the Undertaker. This guy, I was like, what? So Koram the Undertaker gives +X/+0, where X is the greatest power among creature cards in all graveyards. Then where Koram attacks, each player mills a card, and then during each of your turns, you may play a land and cast spells from among cards in your graveyard that were put there from the library this turn. Enter 0/5/4 mana. Wow. A lot to work with there because you got Stitcher Supplier, you got Lord Extinction to get that power onto it, which makes it lethal if you give it Trample. Then you got Trade Patrol just to fill your graveyard up, which is really nice. And you get to play those cards too, which I do love. And it is a very Jund ability, for sure. This guy is definitely a B tier in my opinion. Like, he's just really that good. He's just really busted. But yeah, you go there. And then I thought this guy was a legendary creature, but he's not. But yeah, here is the full list. I am going to post this somewhere. Just as a little reference if you guys want to like take a look at it. That's in my list. I don't think anything from Mono Rising 3 would like S tier, like insanely like busted. But I want to start doing the tier list for every single set that comes out from here on out because I really love like trying to figure out what's really powerful. And then like having discussion with you guys because I love going to the comment section, just chatting up there, trying to figure out like, oh, am I wrong? Like if I'm wrong, I like to figure out where we're at. But like I think this is correct just because like I'm thinking like me playing with my Playgroup, like, this isn't that powerful. It just dies immediately. And then, like, there are other cards here, too, that, just these cards are, like, really powerful. And then you got, like, the B tier, you got the C tier, and then just the unplayables here down here. But yeah, I think this is a pretty sweet list. I think we did good. Can't wait to upload it. It'll be out, hopefully Sunday, but we'll see. But yeah, I think that is it, guys. I'd like to thank everyone for watching. I know this is going to be a long video, close to 50 minutes or somewhere around there. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. This is Quest from Scry, guys. And like, comment, and subscribe. What would you do differently for the tier list? I love to know. But I am going to get out of here. Y'all have a wonderful day. And I'll catch y'all later. See ya.